Our demo takes place at a fictitious company by the name of Ryden Industries. Ryden is an oil and gas manufacturing company with a desire to better understand asset optimization for remote refineries and geolocations. In our first scenario, we have plant managers stationed at 40 of Ryden's remote locations. Each manager has a stylistic Q572 tablet that they can use to connect to their corporate office via cloud infrastructure, direct connect, and 3G, 4G connectivity. Here, we have a tablet running Windows 8 Enterprise, and as you can see, we have an asset optimization application available to us from the start screen. Every morning, I as a plant manager can click on the application to open it up and review the current status of my plant with my shift supervisor. The app allows me to quickly transverse high-level operational KPIs and tasks related to my plant at any given point in time. The app presents me with an asset optimization dashboard. Through integration with SAP 3D Visual Enterprise, I'm provided with a 3D view of the refinery that denotes all current operational anomalies by color. It's very easy for me to see that there's something wrong with my plant at this point in time. SAP 3D Visual Enterprise captures the current state of our reactor in real time, with indicators showing that both the temperature and pressure of the reactor are out of spec. When I click on Asset Health, the application shows me the history of alerts pertaining to Refinery Unit 1. I can also see the history of pertinent KPIs such as temperature and pressure referencing the components in question. I can click on the maintenance notifications and see that there's a planned maintenance window coming up tomorrow. I'll go ahead and work with my production supervisor to schedule the work to be completed during that window. Clicking on Asset Performance shows me historic KPIs that provide information supporting the resolution. I'm shown the historic performance of this component as well as the mean times between failures, mean time to repair, and mean time between repairs. By clicking on Risk Management, I can evaluate my current exposure to both risk and safety when solving this specific issue. I can see past alerts and actions from all Ryden locations and action them through reports or post-observations. Thus far, I've properly evaluated the asset's health, performance, and risk related to both the plant in general and the technicians applying the fix. Now it's time to take action. By clicking on Work Management, my shift supervisor can produce work orders on the fly. They can tap to select a work order type, priority failure code, and even add a comment. They can initiate the purchase order to the vendor and see the required documentation and parts that will be used by the technician during the resolution. The Rounds tile allows the shift supervisor to record pertinent information about refinery assets in real time during their shift walkthrough. They can select the equipment, measurement, and code group, and add that entry to a running history of exceptions. Finally, shift supervisors can click on the Timesheets tab to obtain a quick view of all of the work orders and technician repair hours associated to each operational anomaly. With the integration between SAP ERP and MII, 3D Visual Enterprise, and the Microsoft Windows 8 operating system, it's easy to see how Ryden Industries' remote workforce can become empowered with leading-edge solutions provided by SAP, Microsoft, and Fujitsu. Thus far, we've seen how the mobility of a Windows 8 tablet combined with real-time ERP data from SAP ERP and MII can empower the remote workforce in the oil and gas industry. We now want to show you how this solution can benefit the executive management team at the corporate office. We have implemented at the corporate headquarters a freestanding touch glass wall. The executive experience begins with a map of the United States. We detail the location and current status of all of the remote refineries and geolocations within our organization. Because we're using Bing Maps in Windows 8, we have multi-touch capabilities available to us. By touching on the glass with our finger, we can orient the map. We can also use two fingers to pinch or zoom in on the map to a specific location. By clicking on the San Antonio plant, we can see an executive dashboard of data detailing such key performance indicators for that plant as tank inventory, process safety management, and even an energy scorecard. By clicking on Visual Operations and Maintenance, SAP 3D Visual Enterprise shows me a 3D rendering of that specific plant featuring the real-time status of asset optimization. The Fujitsu Innovation Solution also includes a Microsoft Connect device. Just stand in front of the glass and raise your hands. To zoom in on a refinery, begin with your hands in a diamond shape and slowly pull them apart. We can pan by showing our palm, and even reset the image from a 3D perspective. I can tap on the glass to change tabs, or I can motion to change tabs as well. In this plant, we're coming across an issue with a particular asset. Management can click on the Asset Health Alert Only button, and by tapping on each individual component, drill down into further details regarding that specific asset. Here, we see how SAP 3D Visual Enterprise can walk a maintenance technician through a step-by-step process for replacing a faulty pump. When in proximity to the glass wall, an executive can flick the application to their Windows 8 tablet for follow-up back at their office. They can even flick the application from their tablet back to the glass wall if they'd like to discuss the current status with a larger audience. This use case focused on the oil and gas industry, but when you think about it, this type of solution is viable for anyone who wants to have easy access and visibility to KPIs regarding asset optimization in remote locations. As you've just seen, Ryden Industries utilizes Fujitsu solutions to ensure up-to-the-minute visibility into corporate assets housed at remote locations. By integrating SAP ERP, MII, and 3D Visual Enterprise into mobile devices running the Windows 8 operating system, everyone from technicians located at the refineries on up to the executives located at the headquarters can benefit from improved visibility and access to key performance indicators. That's all for now. We hope you enjoyed this video on our Fujitsu solution, and we look forward to seeing you next time.